And welcome back to the post-game show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union proudly serves the armed forces, veterans, and their families. Our members are the mission insured by NCUA. Final score here today. Navy takes down Goucher 105-50 as the Mids tie a school record for points scored in a game. And we're going to be joined by Sydne Watts here on the post-game show. Sydne, got her Christmas present already there. First of all, congratulations on the victory.
Thank
I don't
you.
know if you know this, but you tied a school record for most points in a game tonight with a 105 for you guys. But I got to imagine just winning is the most important thing and getting you guys back on track after 4 straight losses.
Right. This game we still learned a ton from. There's a lot of defensive things we still need to clean up and certain points that we shouldn't have allowed there. So still learning from this game and using it as a tool. Like we play, every time we play, we're like, no matter who we're playing, you still got to play hard and you still got to play good defensively. So it doesn't really matter the score or who we're playing, but still got to do what we need to do on the court and learn from it.
Obviously coming in, they hadn't won a game, but they came out on fire to start the game. I mean, the first 15 minutes of this game was a 2-point game. Were you guys surprised a little bit by that?
I think we were a little surprised, but we knew to still take it seriously. It's still a basketball game.
Sure.
Coach always says alumni is a great place to shoot. Like, it's a great place to shoot. So we kind of just, when we got punched in the mouth a little bit in the first quarter, we had to turn around and say, okay, like we got to stick to our principles, know what we're doing, play better defense, not let them get the shots off, and play better. So. And
obviously your height advantage took a big turn there, and obviously got the ball inside. You looked at points in the paint tonight. You guys had 54 points in the paint tonight.
Right. We weren't shooting great from the three, so we knew after that first quarter especially, we're like, okay, let's get inside and bang with them because, I mean, we had a huge height advantage. Didn't make any sense not to.
Talked to Coach a lot about this season and you guys learning as the season goes along, but now you got one more non-conference game before you hit conference play. As a team, what is your focus on right now as you get ready for sort of the big part of the season with conference play?
Right. We shifted our practices a lot. They're a lot harder. We compete a lot more, conditioning a lot more, good stuff like playing hard against each other. So that's been a lot better, just focusing on getting ready for conference and knowing the big picture. You can be 0-10 going into conference and still win conference. Like at the end of the day, it's a new year after. It's a new year going into conference play. So,
and it's a new year altogether.
Yeah, and it's a new year altogether. So, changing how we've been practicing, playing harder, and working harder is it's going to pay off when conference hits. We're excited about it.
Sydne, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you.
Sydne Watts join us here on the post-game show as we'll get head coach Tim Taylor here in a second as the Mids pick up the victory here this afternoon, 105-50. We'll welcome in Coach Tim Taylor. And, Coach, fantastic performance offensively. You tied a school record for most points in a game today, 105. But I was talking to Sydne. They came out on fire.
Yeah.
First 15 minutes of this game, it's a 2-point game. And it seemed like you guys, really then started to focus inside and on the night, 54 points in the paint for you guys.
Well, I mean, we just had a huge size advantage. And, my hat's off to Goucher, though. Before we get into anything, I thought they were well coached. I mean, I know they're running some dribble drive stuff. And, I watched their coach over here. He made some great adjustments and attempted some things. But I think our just size and athleticism, kind of took over. I think we settled for some threes early on. It's like one pass threes we talked about in the second half. Yeah. That we needed to get the ball moving, get paint touches, and then it comes out. All of a sudden, they become a lot easier. And the difference is 3 of 19, and then all of a sudden you're 7 of 17. Yeah. So now we're talking, some things that we can do there.
Yeah, you guys shot the ball from the third quarter on incredibly well from the outside. Kaya, new career high for her. She had 22 points. She shot the ball well from the outside. A lot of really good individual performance. I know Sarah didn't, score a ton of points, but man, defensively, she was fantastic in this game.
Yeah.
You got to be. You talked about playing 40 minutes earlier on. Right. Did you think you accomplished that goal tonight?
I think we had a stretch right there in the first quarter where they went on that little run. I just didn't feel like we were competing. I think we went up 10-0, and then we kind of relaxed, and then that was one of the things they got back into it, and we kind of talked about you got to compete. And then so one of the things in the second half, you don't sprint the floor, you have to come out. So once they got the ball, we had to be able to sprint the floor on both ends. So, and I think we only had like one player we had to take out. So that was we got a long ways to go. You know what? But this was great.
But it's nice to get
it's
a win
great.
tonight.
It's great for our kids. You know what? They were sharing the ball. I think that was the thing for me. You saw them on the bench, how excited they were. I'm excited for some of the kids. They got to get into some playing time, and Tony got 20 minutes in, and you know, it's fun. It's a fun game to be able to play in, especially when the ball's moving. And you can see we're getting better, and we're just going to keep working at it. You know, and I think those are the big things. You know, and we did that without two of our better players too.
Yeah.
You know?
And the press, I thought, really changed it there in the second quarter. That little run there kind of changed the complete dynamic of the ball game.
Well, I just think there are certain times that, you know, you need to pick up the energy. And so all of a sudden, it's something we have been working on anyway. We weren't sure we were going to use it, but then I felt like we just needed to do it just to get the energy up, get us moving. And once we got there, we got some confidence. You know, it was really good. I thought we passed the ball extremely well tonight, too. That was one of the better things that I saw. And, you know, we really didn't turn it over that much as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, a great way to head into the holiday season.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you, and thanks you for all your help this year, and let's keep it going.
Oh, we absolutely. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for all that you do, and to all the fans that continue to watch us. We really appreciate the support. You know, we had a great Giving Tuesday and things like that. So from the alumni to the fans to our families, it's been a really good support, and we're going to continue building this thing and keep getting better each day.
All right, thank you so much.
All
Head
right.
Coach Tim Taylor joining us here on the Postgame Show.